This is around the parts of Bacon County is where we've been watching very closely over about the last, it's been about over an hour now. We had that first warning that did come out, and then another one here. You can see it right here there into parts of Bacon County, also Pierce County. It's just a little bit there. Actually, it's just mainly Bacon County. What we'll be tracking too, if this holds together, it could move up into southern parts of Appling County, south of Baxley, because it's racing now. It's looking like it's almost over Alma right now with that possibility of maybe a tornado. Remember, like I said, this is Doppler radar that is indicated with this, and as it's racing to the north and east. Continue to zoom in on this activity there in parts of Bacon County. You can see that bright red area that's flaring up there, and like I was tracking it out for you as it's racing now, anywhere between about 30 to 35 miles per hour, and that's typically with these systems. You get very quickly moving storm systems with this, also those thunderstorms as well. I have not seen any reports of hail out of this. This is mainly just a wind event with this, was maybe some straight line winds that's moving through Alma right now. As it's, like I said, northeast movement there around between about 30 and 35 miles per hour. It's looking like right now this is right over Alma, beginning to move up into extreme northeastern parts of Bacon County, and then even into southern parts of Appling County. And I'm going to move this around a little bit and show you where it's headed there. You can see it is moving on off to the north and east. This is the only warning for our area right now, is there into parts of Bacon and also into Pierce County with that tornado warning that is in effect. So severe thunderstorm warning for almost the exact same area, but the tornado warning is what we're watching very closely until 1:15 for this area right here. So we are tracking this out, and we'll continue to stay with this until this tornado warning is over with. So we'll get you back to programming, but first we have to until about 1:15. So we got a little bit longer with this tornado that is, or actually a possibility of a tornado with a little bit of rotation that is moving through parts of Alma and also into Bacon County there around Alma, and also into Pierce County as well. Has been seeing a little bit of rotation out of this as it's moving to the north and east. So until 1:15 we have this tornado warning that is in effect. And so let's zoom out once again, and there's that tornado watch that is in effect for parts of the area. It'll be going away here very shortly at 2 o'clock, but like I said earlier, the Weather Service said we may have to extend this maybe a little bit further toward the east, and it probably more than likely should be south of Savannah if they do issue another tornado watch for the area. So once again, tornado warning until 1:15 for Bacon County for that area. So let's go back to our radar here and show you where these storms that are moving through. There you go, one right there that is quickly moving to the north and east, and just steady rain that's moving through most of the area and producing some gusty winds, even without the I've been noticing too, even without the thunderstorms, been seeing these winds gust at times for some areas from Sylvania to Hampton. Has been gusting at times over 40 miles per hour. Definitely somewhat of a breezy day for us. Also around Hampton and Beaufort, as seeing that steady rain there in parts of the low country. And all these storms right now have been moving off toward the north and east fairly quickly throughout the afternoon hours. And we're going to continue to see this, unfortunately, for the at least up till maybe about 4 or 5 o'clock at the latest. We'll be tracking these storms out, that some of them that could be producing some maybe some isolated tornadoes. So zooming on this again, this is what we're really focusing on, as they're into parts of Bacon County around Alma, also into southern parts of Appling County as well, that we are seeing this. So I'm watching radar here for that rotation that we usually see on Doppler radar, and I said this with the last warning, and have not seen a lot of rotation out of these storms, and most of these have been reducing winds gusting anywhere between about 50 miles per hour for some of these thunderstorms. And see, the Weather Service is saying there's still a little bit of rotation with this, and as it's moving up into parts of through Bacon County, and also not into Appling County yet. We'll see if this holds together. And you can see where these storms are there along Highway 1, Highway 32, into extreme northern parts of Bacon County there for the folks there. So always remember, and tornado warning means that one has either been spotted or Doppler radar indicated. And for this is Doppler radar indicated that there is maybe some rotation with this. And This warning goes until 1:15, and right now they're saying it's just very weak rotation with this. So more than likely, this is just some really strong gusty winds that is moving through there into right around just over or just north of Alma is where we're seeing this. North and east of Alma is where we're seeing some of this very limited amount of spin. More than likely, this is probably right above the trees, or up where they're seeing this rotation is above the ground, and that's why they are they issued this warning. Of course, this is a dangerous situation because you get winds over 60 miles per hour. It definitely can produce some damage to some things. Don't want to be outside. Stay away from the windows. And of course, if you hear that loud sound, you always hear when there's a tornadoes coming, you hear that really strong winds. The best place to be is in a room away from all windows. And of course, the center part of your house is always the great place to be. And if you do hear that, one thing I always like to suggest to people is turn your TV up real loud if you can't see your TV. And we'll continue to talk about this until the warning is actually either canceled or it expired. Right now, until 1:15, this tornado warning for Bacon County, and it's just a little bit of Pierce County, but this is mainly into Bacon County. And we're going to see if they just continue to extend this into southern parts of Appling County. And if there's still a little bit of rotation, I'm sure they may extend this right on up. And this will be south of Baxley, where they're seeing some heavy rain right now there into parts of Appling County. But you can see that one cell is just now beginning to move to the north and northeast of Alma, and even further to the south. Something we'll continue to track as well. Notice this rotation here, well, actually the cell and weak rotation there off to the south and east of Bacon County. So this may hold together. This one here, I'm going to show you where this one is located. This one here is off toward, between Parsons and Dixie Union. That's where we're watching maybe another little bit of rotation here that is headed up to the north and east. And that would be in Coffee County. There is where we're tracking that one between Cook and Coffee County there, and Tift County. All those areas has been seeing some strong gusty winds with this, and also around Douglas. And so those are the areas. So we got a couple of cells that we're watching very closely. One just out of our area, and the other one that is into parts of Bacon County. So we've got two areas here. And I've been saying this throughout the afternoon hours of tracking this. It's been mainly the southern edge of this is where we're seeing this severe weather. It's from Baxley to Alma, Blackshear, potentially Jessup, Little Wissey, Darien. This might be the greatest threat for severe weather for today. And even up to the north, no warnings other than that one in Bacon County, but I'm sure there's some areas up here in parts of Bullitt County and Effingham counties probably producing winds gusting anywhere between 40, maybe even 50 miles per hour. And not a whole lot of lightning strikes out of this. And most of this is off toward the west of Savannah, some light rain there around parts of the Low Country and Beaufort. But that cell we'll continue to monitor here until this warning is over with. And like I said, this is warning. You can see that large area of rain that has been moving through most of the area since earlier this morning to our west, and as it continues to roll through the area. So the warning once again is for Bacon County until 1:15. So we got about a little bit more than 15, close to 15 minutes now for this warning, to continue to watch. If there's any statements put out from the National Weather Service, this one comes out of Jacksonville, and the tornado is saying the tornado warning will continue until 1:15, and and it's moving now around 45 miles per hour, so it's definitely racing folks up to the north and east, and this will easily be in southern parts of Appling County very soon. So you can see the two warnings that we're watching. One is a tornado warning until 1:15 there in parts of Bacon County with gusty winds, and I said earlier, very limited rotation with this. This is more like probably just really strong gusty winds, maybe winds gusting over maybe over 50 miles per hour out of these storms that are moving through for southern parts of our viewing area south of I-16. Probably the best chance for maybe some severe weather for today. And I said earlier, the National Weather Service said they could extend maybe this a tornado watch. There's still a tornado watch until 2 o'clock. You can see it for Vidalia and Baxley and also down to Alma. The areas that have been seeing a couple of warnings this afternoon, those are the areas that we're watching, and we may see this extend a little further toward the east. Right now, it's like the best chance for severe weather will be mainly south of I-16 as we go through the afternoon. So steady rain for a lot of us. 1:15, there's that warning there that we have been watching. So I'm going to continue to zoom in on this activity here that is rolling through parts of Bacon County, and just a very small portion that we are seeing of places like into Pierce County as well. We're seeing that, but lots of heavy rain rolling through Statesboro, Springfield, and also for Claxton is where we are tracking out very closely with this. So zooming on this activity to the south there around Baxley right now is where we're seeing that heavy rain rolling up into Bacon County, their southern parts of also Appling County as well, mainly south of Baxley, and you can see it kind of rolling up. They've got two little cells here, one that's beginning to move up into southern parts of Bacon County. They said there was some very weak rotation with this cell that is beginning to move north and east, or actually to the south now of Alma. And then we'll see if these hold together. And it'll be interesting to watch these as they continue to extend this warning on out any further. But just a very weak rotation. Have not seen any reports of any storm reports out of this area, but would not be surprised for some of these spots to see winds gusting maybe 60 miles per hour out of this. This is probably the biggest threat out of this throughout the daytime hours for the rest of this morning, or actually rather this afternoon now, into probably about 3 or 4 o'clock. We'll continue to watch that. Zooming in once again to the areas that we're tracking very closely. This one cell that's moved near Alma, and then another one to the south of Alma. And really not very impressive. Very little lightning strikes I have been noticing out of this area here. You can see it right along and around Alma right now, around Highway 1, you can see some of these roads here that has been seeing some heavy rain and also some gusty winds out of this. And the one other area will be also tracking out, like I said, maybe up into parts of Appling County as well could see this. You can see the areas that are seeing some heavy rain there along Highway 208, New Lacey there, north and east of there. And you can see some of these roads that are picking up this rain, some gusty winds, of course, that we're seeing out of this, and kind of go over the area, kind of take you around along Highway 115 as well. And we're seeing those tracks. And meteorologist Victoria Kakinos is here. Do you, is there anything about the warning? Just let me know if you see if it's, they still keep that going for us. Okay. Gotcha. Okay, perfect. So they are continuing this warning till 1:15. So here we are just about at the top of the hour now, and we'll continue to track this out for you. So I'm going to zoom back out of these areas that has been seeing some gusty winds with this. You can see it there along Highway 15, some winds now, probably gusting anywhere between about maybe 30 and 40 miles per hour. Zooming out of this area, let's go. Victoria, you zoom this out for me. Please. I have a little bit of trouble with this, but let's zoom out of this and you see where it is perfect. So you keep going out a little bit for me. There you go. So still seeing that tornado warning to the south there along Highway 1. So if you take us over into Bacon County, and that's where we're tracking out that one little cell there. Here we go, right here from Alma over to southern parts of Appling County. Not a whole lot there. It's actually, you can go down just a little bit for me, Victoria, if you would. And we'll show where that cell, there we go. And you can see this one cell here. We've got two areas we've been monitoring closely, one here and another one that's now beginning to move up into southern parts of Bacon County. So that's why I think this warning continues to go until 1:15. You can see the warning there, and we have to watch these as they continue to track on up to the north and east. And other than the southern edge of this large area of rain that we've been tracking since earlier this morning, this is probably the best threat for severe weather stretching from Baxley over to Little Wissey and Jessup. Right now, not a whole lot, but these cells should hold together, so do not be surprised if you live in southern parts of Appling County, also into Wayne County as well, as these cells begin to roll out of parts of Wayne County over near Jessup now, as where we're seeing those cells that are rolling through. So there you go. Once again, tornado warning is in effect until 1:15, and we've got about a little more than about 10 minutes for this warning here. We'll see if they continue to allow this to continue on. South south of Baxley. Baxley, you're not going to see this. This is to your south, and this is more in the southern parts of Appling County, where we are tracking this out very closely for you. And some of this has been producing winds gusts, maybe close to about 50 miles per hour is what we've been seeing with this over about the last 30 minutes for this. So I'm going to step out here and we'll look at some stuff from the National Weather Service. And so a tornado warning continues until 1:15 and also capable of producing a tornado. And let me jump over here into the radar here and show everybody where it's headed right now. This is that one cell that is moving up. It's actually probably holding together, at least with some gusty winds there. Now beginning to move east of Alma. I think Alma, you're okay, you're out of the gun, but most of this now is out of the warning area, that tornado warning area. We're seeing some of those cells. The one other area is off toward the west of Highway 1. This may stay just to the south or maybe southern parts of Bacon County as we go into the next about 30 minutes. So I'm going to zoom in on this activity and show you exactly where the cells are. If there's any rotation with this one that they first issued the warning for, it is now up into Appling County. The other area is to the south there and west of Alma that we are also tracking the cells. They've been racing very quickly to the north and east over about 30 miles per hour. You can see the spots that we're tracking here from Beach at 107 and New Lacey there at 119. So by this time, this warning should allow it to cancel out there, but they're continuing to say that tornado warning continues until 1:15. So we got another about 10 minutes of this as it moves on off to the north and northeast. Actually been racing pretty quickly northeastward over the last hour or so. Boy, it's been moving out pretty fast. And I noticed one cell earlier was moving about 45 miles per hour. So, you don't have a whole lot of warning time, folks. You hear that sound outside. You hear the loud sound that tornadoes make. And that's when you have to take cover immediately with that. And so now for parts of south of Alma up into southern parts of Appling County, there's no warning up in Appling County. South of Baxley is where we're watching that one cell there. So we're going to stay with this, folks, for at least another about 10 minutes, 9 minutes now. 1:15 is the tornado warning that is in effect, and like I said, for mainly Bacon County, that is still under the gun for this, the possibility of some rotation. Anytime a tornado warning is issued, it usually means it's either been spotted or it is Doppler radar indicated. And for this case here, it is a Doppler radar indicated tornado. You can see the tornado warning until 1:15, and like I said, this is for Alma is what it was originally for, but they still continue to see this warning. I think they kept this warning going for this one cell now that is moving up into this one cell right here. This is the one that's beginning to move up into southern parts of southern parts of Bacon County. I think that's why they probably kept this warning going. And like I said earlier, the rotation with most of this has been very minimal. Since the two warnings that we have seen out of this, both of them have been producing very little rotation. So there you go. Tornado warning is still in effect, and therefore Bacon County until 1:15. And I'm going to zoom back out and show you some more activity that is moving through. And you can see this is the only warning for the area. Just some heavy rain moving up through Claxton, Reedsville, Statesboro, Springfield, and also for Sylvania as well, and even into the low country. This is just light rain. And I was talking about this earlier. I believe the best chance for severe weather as we go through the afternoon would be this bottom edge of this large rain shield. You can see now places like Hazelhurst, it looks like you are now clear, Vidalia, Montgomery, and Toombs County. So these areas here. So if you live in Baxley, Alma, Blackshear, Jessup, over to Little Wissey, those would be the best spots that we could see maybe some severe thunderstorms. And we've been warning you the last couple of days with this here on WJCL 22 News that we could see some isolated severe thunderstorms out of this. And that's what we have been seeing, is just very isolated in nature with this. So tracking this out once again, 1:15 tornado warning there for Bacon County, and that one cell now beginning to move up into southern parts of Bacon County. You can see just a very minimal lightning strike. So it's very marginal for severe weather today when you look at the parameters for severe weather. And you can see there that one cell there and southern parts of Bacon County. And of course, it's moving very quickly, so it doesn't take too long for these, if it is a tornado with this, to kind of move in and out very fast. And so you can see that one cell there, there along Highway 1, mainly south of Highway 32 is where we're tracking that one. And still 115, so we got a little bit more to go with this. 115, this tornado warning. And I'm still watching these cells to the north and haven't seen any warnings put out for the one that's to the north there and to parts of Appling County, but definitely some heavy rain. Boy, it's coming down very heavily there and parts of Appling County. You can see there along Highway 121, and I'll zoom in a little bit more. You can see the areas. If you live north of Coffee there and New Lacey, you can see where those bright red areas are. That's where those winds at times could be gusting maybe at least high as 50 miles per hour, and could even be a little bit higher than that. Definitely some straight line winds probably with this. This is rolling through, and still a little bit of rotation. I'm still seeing that on radar here. You can do with some of these red areas here, there into southern parts of Bacon County. But the winds will be the main concern as we go throughout the rest of the afternoon with this. So 115 tornado warning there for Alma, and also for just a little bit of part of Pierce County. And so let's continue to kind of move to the north, and we'll be watching these other cells. Heavy rain now rolling through parts of Effingham County, north of Springfield, north of Rincon. No warnings for this. This is just some heavy downpours, Hardyville, Ridgeland, and Bluffton to Pooler. And so we're going to kind of get socked in with this rain for at least a couple of hours for a lot of areas from Savannah up to Statesboro and Claxton, and even up into the Low Country as well. So continue to track this. 115, this tornado warning continues for Bacon County. So it's moving northeast at 40 miles per hour, and over the last about 10 minutes now, it was southwest of Alma. But that one cell now, this is the one cell that they are watching here. I'm going to kind of highlight this for you. It's this one right here. This is the area they're watching there south of Alma, as this is moving to the north and east around about 40 to 45 miles per hour. So these cells, boy, they have been racing off to the north and east, and it doesn't look very impressive by no means. The things I look at for severe weather, for tornadoes, and but it was just enough rotation that the National Weather Service did issue this tornado warning for. And so we've got another 4 minutes of this tornado warning there for Bacon County, and then we'll see this extends any further to the north. Another thing I want to pass along, there is also a tornado watch out that is in effect until 2 o'clock. So we got about another, a little less than an hour for this tornado watch here. These cells that are moving through, some heavy rain there north of I-16, and then there's that tornado warning there for parts of Bacon County there. So we've been watching this throughout the daytime for today, and we've kind of been warning everyone with this over the last couple of days that we could see some isolated severe thunderstorms. That's exactly what's happened for today. We had those tornadoes, those Doppler radar indicated. We had one warning earlier and then another warning here that continues for about a couple more minutes, and no indication, have not seen any storm reports come out of these areas. Of course, we will let you know. And also remember, if you're away from your TV, WJCL.com is a great place to track it. Also, WJCL 22 News app. Download it to your smartphone. There's interactive radar on that app, and you can actually track out the storms if they do move through your area. So watching these areas here, southern parts of anywhere Appling County, also beginning to move into Wayne County as well, where those cells, one here moving up into parts of Bacon County there, south of Alma now. I think Alma, you're okay with this. You had that one that moved through, but another one that we're continuing to watch here as well is the one that's in southern parts of Wayne County. So tornado warning is in effect until 1:15. So we got just a couple more minutes of this before this is allowed to expire, and still continue seeing rain. It's going to be kind of a soggy next several hours from Savannah to Statesboro northward, and the southern edge of this is where I think we'll see that severe weather. If you live in Alma, Jessup, Blackshear, also maybe even over to Darien, Little Wissey, and Hinesville. If these cells move on off to your east, that's what we're going to have to watch out for as we go through the rest of the afternoon. Of course, we're tracking out for you very closely here, not only here, but also on our website at WJCL.com. So one more time, let's kind of zoom back in once again onto that one cell that is moving through parts of they're right around Alma, mainly south of Alma is where this one right here producing maybe some winds gusting close to 50 miles per hour that we're watching. Also into southern parts of Appling County as well. We're also tracking out that one cell. You can see some of that heavy rain there. But if you live in Hazelhurst, I know earlier we were under a tornado warning. I think most of this now is beginning to move out of your area if you live in those spots there. So let's kind of move around once again and show you where these cells are moving through. You can see it around Alma, moving up into southern parts of Appling County, south of Baxley, and even over into parts of Wayne County as well, beginning to track these cells, beginning to move into western parts of the county. But here we are as we'll go throughout the rest of the afternoon. We'll continue to track this out for you very closely. One more time, this warning will be ending here about next minute. But always remember, keep it right here to WJCL 22 News. We will keep you updated. If another tornado warning is issued, we'll break right back into programming at WJCL.com. Great place to track out these storms throughout the rest of the afternoon. Now I'm going to send you back to programming.